Hello, everyone. It is I again, the maniac who somebody decided to let onto stream twice during this convention. Um, Ryan in the background just told me that he was the person who decided to let me go onto stream twice.
Hello,
Mighty kindly,
everyone. It
thank
is
you.
I again,
For
the
everybody
maniac
who
who's.
is surprised to see me, hi, I'm Tom. I'm a professional game master. I write games currently with Onyx Path, like Monster Kingdoms and The World Below. And I also run games on stream from time to time. And I am exploiting this opportunity to present you another installment of a Curseborn story called Servings. Luckily, you don't have to endure me talking for 4 hours, but instead, I brought you amazing people who will stop me from talking and add to this to create a beautiful and horrific story. So, who are these incredible and amazing people? Good questions, audience. It is, and I hope that you can tell us a little bit about yourself. My friends, and I'm going to go by the way the layout is set. So, first, Inbal, hello, who are you?
Hello. I am Inbal or IRP Goob on Discord. I am one of the moderators on Illusion HorrorCon server. And a shenanigans instigator, which is probably why Tom asked me to come along, I imagine. I'm also on the rpgoobs.com website, where I'm there with my friend Connor, who's made this lovely artwork for Remy, for me, where we post our play-by posts and other things we've written as and when we've got time to. And that's me.
Thank you. Okay. Who is my next marvelous friend? Hi, Cameron. Who are you?
I'm Cameron. I'm Cameron the Tall on Discord. I lurk around the Illusion Con server and I sometimes run and play games on there. And I've had the been fortunate to have the opportunity to play with Tom a couple times in the past, both Curseborne and Monster Kingdoms. So I'm looking forward to this little adventure.
Thank you. I'm excited that you're with us. And then my third very good friend, now it's official, Josie. Who are you?
I ask myself that daily, but hi, I'm Josie. I have been a personal victim of Tom. I mean, played in Tom's games for, I think now a bit over 2 years.
Yeah, I thought so.
And I just keep coming back and I can't help myself.
I am not. I'm not sure there is a self-help group yet, but
because they can't be helped. I also do things for Onyx Path every now and then. And I'm also crewing in international LARPs.
yeah, that's mighty cool, and I'm very glad to have you. Okay. Um, my brain will work in a few seconds. Somehow I'm just getting super excited in the first few minutes of a stream. And I'll be settling down in a few minutes and then we will be going into Miston. But maybe before I tell you about the city that we are going to visit, maybe we can learn a little bit about the people who we are accompanying today. And we're going to go in reverse order. Josie, please tell us a little bit about Ash. Who are they?
Ash is a member of the dead, which means that they are a spirit possessing, until recently, their own body. About that, we'll get there. But they have clinically died. and have come back, and they feed on emotions. Ash specifically likes to punch things and likes to make people mad and likes to be mad. And there's absolutely no emotional depth, and I'm not hiding things. No. Go away.
Good. We won't touch the subject at all. Thank you. Okay. Cameron, tell us a little bit about Hector.
Yeah, Hector. I mean, Hector doesn't much like talking about himself. Doesn't really see the point, but he's a Venator who is a hunter who, unlike the others, does not have any supernatural powers, is not accursed in the traditional sense, but is cursed with a kind of infatuation for hunting whoever his current victim is, who could be usually an accursed. Perhaps it's always an accursed, it has been so far, but it could be somebody who's an obvious monster or troublemaker, or it could even be a friend. He doesn't know, and he doesn't have any choice in the matter. Whoever is his target is who he's after.
Yes. Thank you. A lovely character to be around, I'm sure. And Inbal, please tell us a little bit about Remy.
Yeah, Remy Remembrance Ophelia Wilder is her full name, but she would probably beat up anybody who calls her that. Remy is a sorcerer. She was from part of the Murr family, but was kicked out for being being nosy isn't the issue, I don't think, with the Murr family or any sorcerer's family, really, but more about sharing information with people that she probably shouldn't have done. One of them was her best friend, who was an outcast. Remy is someone who looks like she's stepped out of a 1920s kind of era a little bit, but she's an artist and art historian. Her expertise is around dimensions and time dimensions, epochs in particular. So yeah, that's kind of her Joe, and because she's been kicked out of the family, she's now having to find and fend her own way, which brings with itself a lot of challenges for Remy.
Yeah. Thank you. A few hints, informations about the publication status of our characters, basically. Ash is a Fury, and you can find the Furies in the CURSEBORNE core book as it is released in PDF and print on demand since a little bit over a week by this point. I think a few weeks back, I got my print on demand version, and it's now sitting under some Christmas tree, taunting me from there as I am not allowed to open it. And Hector and Remy are built with the backer manuscript from the CURSEBORNE companion, player companion. I am pretty sure that the rules are outdated and they're in development currently, but they are what we have right now, and so we're going to use them. So don't take anything that you hear about the mechanics as God-given word that can't be changed. It will be changed very much in the future, I'm sure about it. And also, I am running this game, and I tend to make it my own, whatever I touch. And usually it breaks, and I am left with a pile of beautiful, beautiful splinters. Yes. Also, kind greetings towards the chat over in YouTube. There is quite the conversation going. I won't be able to respond to you, so take this now as my gratitude, because soon I will be entirely enveloped in the game and the world that we are spinning together. We do have a few content warnings. You probably saw them on a slide earlier, but I want to uh, shoot them into your direction once again. So I am pretty sure we're gonna encounter um, um, body horror, gore, murder, demonic possessions, maybe suicide, anything that goes into that direction. So if you already know that one of these topics is not something you're here for, yeah, there are plenty of other things that you can do, like watching the amazing panels that have been running over the course of this convention. Holy shit, there is some really good stuff in there. Or if you feel during the game that you need to step away, take a break, get a nice warm or cold beverage, that's all fine. Take good care of yourself. And the same goes for my lovely players. We checked our lines and veils in before, but there can always something be happening and we might learn something about ourselves that we didn't know earlier. So it's totally fine to step away, take a short break or anything like that. And we can have a short conversation. Just as a reminder, I think we're going to use our Discord channel for any out-of-game communication, because that's the one that's pinging me the most prominently, and it's unlikely that I am missing that. Okay. I think I almost got everything out of my system. And yeah, we should be ready to go. Okay. This is something that I tried yesterday for the first time, and that's playing with open cards about what I'm doing at the beginning. For me, it does take a minute or two to arrive in my storyteller mindset and to find into the game and not to set up some awkward silence that nobody knows what's going on. I'm gonna tell you beforehand that I'm gonna close my eyes. I'm gonna find a comfortable sitting position and put my feet onto the ground. Then I'm just breathing for a few minutes and seconds, and I picture Miston in my mind before I introduce you to it, so I can give you a vivid image of the city and our story. Miston City. It is said that it sits somewhere on the east coast of North America. It is a harbor town. Its wharves and ship construction business is in steady decline, but it is still a living and breathing city. It is also very hard to find. You can easily skip over it if you're looking at a map and you And if you're looking for something else, you won't even notice that it's on the map. If you're driving by on the highway, you really need to know and want to get there. Otherwise, you would just miss the road that leads off the highway and into the city. It's a bit secluded, more private, and to be honest, we like it this way. It's a city of curses, in a world of curses, but we don't interest ourselves in the world outside. We stay in Miston. And curses are the reason why bad things happen to good people and bad people thrive. Curses are the reason why some of us can't help with the hunger, devouring everything and everyone around them to stay alive and to enrich themselves and to gain what they're looking for. Curses are the reasons that in some of our chests something howls and tears and bites, and sometimes it breaks through and changes us, transforms us, takes over. Curses are the reason that some of us are bound and shackled into a human prison, originating from a realm beyond, outside of this reality, sentenced to punishment in human form. Curses are the reasons why some of us are still here. Even though we have been burned, run through with a knife, or involved in a severe car crash. They bind us to our or to a body. And curses are the reason why, after we dug too deep, found a well too delicious to not to drink from, to make a bargain that we can't retreat from, so that we have to bind and use them constantly to work magic. And there is a curse that tells us that some of these curses are very malevolent, and that those who suffer from them might be beyond help or redemption. There's only one way to deal with them, and that's a bullet coated in silver, in lead, in blood, or smoke. Our story begins. No, actually, it continues in a 4-bedroom in a hospital. In these beds, 4 people are supposed to be resting. These people have suffered severe trauma through one way or another. And one of them is the reason why our characters are here right now. Outside of the outside on the other side of the dark window in the rainy night out there, there is a monster. And this monster didn't just take a life. It took so many. And in fact, it demolished almost the entire crew of hunters, of venators that our good friend Hector belongs to. Out of this motley, there are only 2 people remaining. One of them is currently standing in this room, looking across the bed. This is Hector, probably with a grim expression on his face. Then there is the person lying in the bed, Lysander, his mentor. He is not conscious, and he is attached to several machines that keep him alive, at least bodily. And then there is somebody else in this room without a body, because they have been killed twice by this point. This is Ash. And Ash lost their body earlier this night. You don't know what happened to it. You only remember the shock of being thrown out of it in a moment where you felt absolutely safe. Since then, you have been clinging to Hector, hoping to find a suitable body to house you again. But it's not only that you feel your own existence unraveling without an anchor. There's also something else. Something that you've been feeling since you have been disembodied. Something that's pulling you, and the pull is getting stronger and stronger. And then there is a third awake person in the room, and that is Remy, your sorcerer consultant, friend. She has been called by Lysander as he was still very much alive and calling in help since his crew got dismembered one by one, and he suspects that something outsiderish is going on. This could be a very serene scene. If not, a sudden change was happening. As Hector and Remy were looking at Lysander, probably inspecting the wounds, looking for any life signs, for any consciousness in there, there was a sudden movement, a jerking from the other beds, and 2 of the hospital patients are right now ripping off any cords, any tubes, anything from their body. And it's this moment that Remy feels the intent to kill her. There's also an immense new pull hauling at Ash's remains, and a flickering in Lysander's eyes, and there is more to come. What do you do?
Oh boy. So just to clarify, 2 patients are coming out, and it looks like Lysander's about to wake. Okay. I think Remy, yes, we were looking at Lysander, but I think as we were kind of in and out waiting for Lysander to wake up, I've been sketching pictures to keep myself occupied, because we've probably been there for a bit of time now. And I was drawing pictures of my best friend who I've lost very, very, very recently. And her drawings are kind of repeated throughout of this, and as she's fighting, and then these motions coming in front of us. And I think instinctively I step back and push Hector, I guess, nudge you with my very sharp elbow. Remy's quite long-limbed and tall, quite skinny, and so when she nudges you, it's quite of a shock. Whatever it is, it's coming again.
It's a rather smooth motion for me to draw my Slayer's armament, my large revolver, and also my silver dagger that I produced from the other side of my coat. I hesitate a moment, though, kind of assessing my defensive position and, the relative, where I am relative to these bodies that are starting to move and what else is in this room. So I'm activating my nimble defense, preparing as part of my initiative action to defend myself, because I don't have the magic and the powers that a lot of these other my other comrades do.
Okay, perfect. Ash, what do you do?
Well, there's not a lot I can do, considering I don't have a body to do anything with. And even though I can do things without a body, like being outside of the body, I still need the body. So I think I'm assessing the situation a bit, and also trying to figure out any of these bodies that have now ripped out their life supports. Is there consciousness in them, or is it just puppetry?
This is an amazing question. And since you are on an entire different spectrum of sensory input and basically in a semi-demi world, you have different insights into the situation than the others do. And no, this is the sorcerer. I would love for you to roll me the first roll, and then I'm gonna tell actually Hector how to roll too. I think this asks for a esoterica and cunning roll. And just a reminder for everyone, especially for myself, you take the dots in your attribute and your skill, you add them up, you take as many D10, and then you roll them, and you're looking for 8s, 9s, and 10s, and 10s give you 2 hits, and 9s and 8s give you 1 hit. The difficulty of this roll is a 1, so you need to roll at least 1 hit to succeed.
I rolled 3 hits, 3 8s, and a 6.
Awesome. Okay. this is the moment I realized that I should have pulled up my my table of of tricks, because that's something that I usually have open. This is basically an investigatory role. You can ask me one question per additional hit after I've answered your first question, and that was, are they possessed, or is there still a mind in there? And the answer is, you look at them and it's almost like there is a shadowy tendril reaching into them from actually somewhere in this room, although you can't necessarily pick out from where, but it's close, and it's filling these otherwise consciousless bodies. It kind of feels familiar to what you were doing to your own body.
So 2 extra questions. Do I see the same thing with Lysander?
Actually, yes. You see how the tendril starts to penetrate through the ear, and it's giving impulses to the muscles and the face and around the skull and the neck. It's intruding. There's a fourth body in the room. This, which isn't active yet. It's sitting there or lying down on this bed, not moving at all.
I need to pull up the rulebook for 1 quick minute. Because I have... Because I know I can go out of body even when I have a body, just like I'm doing now. Okay, we're gonna set up home base.
Okay.
The poor fourth guy. Wakey, eggs and bakey.
Okay. This is the easiest of the 4 targets.
Yes, but hold that thought for a second. Hold that thought for a second.
I love where this is going. Okay. Do you want to ask another question? If no, I'm fine. We don't have to spend all of them.
No.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay. Then let's just blast this remaining hit into your momentum pool. Momentum, just a reminder, is a group resource that you can spend for additional enhancements, hits after you rolled at least 1 hit with your dice. It's a group resource, you share it, you start with 3, and you now have 4. And it would be marvelous if any of us would do some bookkeeping about that.
Yep.
Thank you. Okay. Yes, Lysander moves a bit. There is a sudden jerk from this rather skinny person. They are not that tall, maybe 1 meter 65, 56 centimeters roundabout. Whatever this is in inch, or whatever fantasy measurements you have. They have semi-long hair. They're wearing hospital gowns as all the other 3 patients. And as they open their eyes, there's something happening with them as they adjust their color. What color do they take?
You've never asked me that question before.
I'm sorry. I need...
Because you need to clarify on this before I say a very wrong thing.
What do I need to clarify?
I don't really know what you're asking. Sorry.
Okay, so they had deep blue eyes.
Oh, the eyes. Okay.
Eye
Well,
color, yes, the iris.
they're gonna go gray.
Gray. Okay, amazing. And do you put any effort into stupid things like breathing or anything?
No.
Okay, awesome. I think now it is a very good time to tell you that I didn't look up the role for initiative. Story path ultra system. The funny thing is, I've run so many Story Path Ultra games in the last few weeks that I actually forgot how to run any other game. And now, now I have deleted it entirely.
So is it empathy plus dexterity or cunning plus
Yes, that's the
athletics
role.
or
Correct.
something? Yeah,
Yes.
Dexterity, empathy.
I think that's one of the options.
Action sequences. Initiative and spotlighting. This is the fun part. Athletics or and cunning or empathy and dexterity. You're totally right. Whatever is higher of both.
They're the same for me.
Then just roll the same amount
So
of
that's
dice.
5. And do I include my curse die here?
No.
Okay. And I get a 10 and an 8 out of that, so 3 hits.
So 3 hits. Cool. So on your first defensive action, you gain 3 additional hits. This is cool. You might need them. Because now you are in between Remy and these two coma patients who have been possessed by some entity. And one of them is holding still one of the tubes and lashes out. And at the end, there is unkind things that shouldn't hit your body. And you roll your stamina for your defense.
Mm-hmm.
And
now my nimble defense gives me an additional enhancement of +2, right? Because I've spent 2 points on that.
Yes. Yes.
So does that mean I have 5 defensive?
The hits or enhancement only apply after you rolled your dice.
Got it.
So you have to roll at least 1 hit for them to count. The best explanation for this is like having a knife in your hand doesn't make you hit the target better, but it will hurt a lot more if you hit.
Right. I got to 1 hit on my stamina, rolling my 3
Okay.
dice.
And for to make things easy, I'm gonna pick the stunts for you, and this is basically improving your defense. Your standard defense is always 1, and you can just add your hits, which is what you just said, 1.
I just rolled 1, and then do I add my 2 for my nimble defense to that? So it's 4.
4. So this means for this turn until you decide to go again, basically, you have a defense of 4. And these lovely people need to overcome this to hit you. Wow. Which they barely don't. how do you dodge or how do you evade this attack so closely? What do you do?
I mean, this is unexpected that this is what would happen. I obviously had time to draw my gun and my dagger, but I would say I am kind of slashing at these cords and things that are flying at me with the dagger, while kind of stepping aside and narrowly missing some piece of equipment or something that is flying directly at my face.
Awesome. Okay. Um, Remy, you are effectfully hiding behind your Venator companion, the guy who's a convenient meat shield right now. That guy over there. What else do you do?
I don't want a reenactment of what happened the last time somebody was protecting me. So I, and quite painfully, I think, I need to well, I need to try and help anyway. So this is with whether we will allow this. So considering Larissa only died within the last, we said 24, 48 hours, would I have something of hers on me that I have maybe taken? Because I think I would probably definitely would, even if it's, I think it would be something absolutely stupid, like a key, like her car keychain, key ring. Which, knowing Larissa was this big buff, bouncer of a woman, but would have probably had the most like unicorn and really plushy key ring, because I not wanting to having her loss to be meaningless, I'm going to sacrifice that key ring to get some more curse dice, if you'll allow it.
I absolutely allow it. I was also just considering, since you don't have as strong bonds to the other two as they have with each other, I'd also give you a last bond with Larissa that you can use anytime you want to invoke her image.
Okay.
But right now you're sacrificing this, and how does it look like as it is torn away from reality?
I think it's an accelerate decomposition, I would call it, even though it's metal and plastic and things like that. So that as I'm holding it out in my hand and I'm looking at it and trying not to tear up, as it my last kind of connection to Larissa disintegrates. The metal, what's the word now? Then it becomes rusty and flakes and falls apart. The plastic, becomes harder and then falls into small bits. So they just fade away as they blow into dust.
And at the same time, you feel this brief rush of power. You feel the net of curses strengthening. You are holding one of the knots in your hands, and you feel more tight into the entire construct that so many people get entangled in. You gain a curse die. I think it's this moment that the door to the room opens and a nurse walks in, sees what's happening, and goes immediately pale. What are your actions, crew?
my plan was to, and I think I'm still going to do it, is to hold or try and hold one of these two patients that have come, you know, up to attack us and have already started attacking Hector. But I think now she's coming, it's a bit of a distraction, and I think yeah, I think I'm still going to try and do it, but also trying to knock her out of the room. So I'm sort of seeing her being behind Remy because she's the furthest one away from these guys. But yeah, I'm definitely wanting to use my spatial anchor essentially to try and hold. I think I can only one. Are they 5 meters from me? Just check.
Yeah, they're 5 meters away from you.
Yeah.
If you garner enough hits, you can buy the shockwave trick to hit a second target that costs you 3 hits, but this is for your dice roll. So, do you have a dice roll attached to the spell?
It says activate the spell, designate a creature. An unwilling supernatural target provokes a clash using larceny. So yes, I just want to double check. So it says the target, if it succeeds, target cannot be moved by magical effects that do so directly. I'm assuming Remy assumes whatever this possession or whatever this shenanigans that are going on, she's hoping it'll work. So yeah, actually need to roll larceny.
Yes. And what would you say? How are you going about this? Are you using your emotional force, like in presence, or are you figuring out real quick the net of curses surrounding this, whatever it is? That would be probably cunning. Would you, I don't know, just make a sympathetic connection between you and them, and you try to stand your ground and stay very still, and then you would oppose them with might?
No, I think it's definitely around her sense of the entanglement around them and trying to own it, take possession of it, so they cannot be manipulated externally. So I'm going to do with cunning.
Okay. Since
see.
this is a spell, you have to roll your curse dice.
Yeah.
Included or separately, depending on how it's more comfortable for you to do. But
yeah, so I'm using cunning and larceny is another one. Please be better rolls than I've had. Oh God, I had to say it, didn't I? Hold on. I had 1 success.
Is it a 10?
It's not. Oh no, it's an 8. And a 3 and a 1 on the curse dice.
Okay, so no success on the curse dice, 1 hit. This is barely making it. You could spend a point of momentum to succeed if the party goes to core. You could spend a point of one of the bonds. You have a bond of 1 to each of the other characters if there's some teamwork going on, or a bond worth of 2 dots towards poor Larissa.
I think I would add the one Hector, definitely, because he's in front of me and he's standing in front of me, and I'm actually trying to protect him to stop what happened to Larissa. happening to him. So yeah, I think that'll be a good time to use that. Whether we need any more or not, I don't know, but it's up to the guys if they want to use momentum. We'll let them decide what they think.
Spend them while we've got them. It's kind of my feeling.
Josie?
Fine, whatever.
No.
You introduce it. Use the point. So yeah, okay, we'll use the one momentum as well then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to protect each other.
So for one additional hit, you gain target 1. For 3 additional hits, you gain both. And you can prevent them from moving any further.
In that case, let's use Josie's bond as well on this one, and then we'll have the 3 additional, won't we?
Okay. You take reassurance in the presence of your companions, and probably want to show a little bit of, now that you have already brought a sacrifice, and maybe want to show that you don't need protection. There suddenly is a shift in gravity, and you can see how the tubes and cords and cables that these people are having still on their body, as well as the clothing, the hair, it's all getting pulled closer to the floor, hanging down with more weight. And you can see the intent to move, but there's no way that they are coming closer. Who wants to take action next? Ash.
So I have a body again,
You do.
but I don't think I have any curse dice because I start out with 0. Dang it. Anyway, I'm going to do the smart thing and communicate to my team. I know. I'm going to sit upright and stretch my hand out, and no, not me, it's Ash. I'm back. However, Lysandra is not doing good. It's the same like the other 2. I'm trying to find something, okay? I'm trying. Anyway, and I'm going to punch one of the 2 bodies because you can never be sure enough.
That's true. That's true. They have a massive defense of 1.
Mm-hmm.
And you're free to punch, which is clearly close combat, and it's usually also might. So
yes, this is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be fun. And I'm just gonna pull up the Monster Kingdoms tricks list, because that's got everything in one place. I'm smart like this.
I am a filthy min-maxer in character creation, and I rolled 4 hits.
Incredible. So, to give you a few options. Of course, you're putting 1 injury to the body, which is almost devastating to a random person like that. You can buy the critical hit for, let me lie, I think 3.
Yep.
Which would deal another injury, putting this person entirely to the floor. Or you could shove them, which it's kind of difficult now that they're pinned into their position with the spatial anchor. You could disarm them. You could grapple them.
Okay. On that, can I be creative?
Yes, absolutely.
Grappling costs how many, and disarming costs how many hits?
Disarming is 2. Grappling is establish grapple 1 hit.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to disarm that person, and with the tubes they were holding, try to grapple them.
Perfect. Yes. It's incredible what speed and determination this body that just rested over there in this bed now shows. There's probably no question left if this person claiming to be Ash is, if they are actually Ash. And you've basically taken one of them out. There's still a nurse very worried about what's going on right here, and she is probably about to scream. As you are establishing the grapple and getting a hold, you suddenly feel a jerking in your neck as if something is trying to rip you out of that body again. And there is a short moment as if you were in an entirely different place. It's dark. There are a few trees since it's December. There are no leaves on them. And the area is surrounded by a hip hide wall, and there are tombstones around. And you have this disconnected memory of pain, although your body can't feel pain anymore, really. But they're like a grumbling feeling of disintegration. This imagery, maybe this memory overcomes you as this force is trying to pull you out of this body again. Okay, Hector.
Yeah, so Ash is kind of tangled up one of these two other bodies, correct? Or was the other one punched?
Yes.
So one was punched and one was grappled?
No, they punched one and grappled the same person, correct?
Yes, because I have a plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Ash has a plan and a lot of rage.
So there is a second body there as well that needs to be taken care of, and then Lysander, and my mind doesn't even want to go there yet, of course. I take a shot, or
Awesome.
potentially several at this other body.
Okay. Pointing a gun at
Yes. And I kind of yell. I notice that Remy's trying to push the nurse out of the way, but I just bark, "Get out of the way!"
Brilliant.
As I pull my gun in.
I'm gonna give you a minor complication on this roll. So after you rolled your dice, you can spend 1 hit to buy it off. If you don't, you will get harmed by Lysander.
Okay.
Aside of that person has a massive defense of 1. You go dexterity and range combat.
And I also attend the Josie School of Min-Maxing, so I've got a handful of dice here. And is one of them my curse die? My lonely curse die at this point?
I think right now, yes. There is a little bit of special rules about Vanitas and when they're using curse dice, but I think right now you are kind of facing the creature that you're hunting, so I'd say go for the curse die.
Okay. Ooh, not quite as good as I hoped. I got 2 hits, which I suppose is enough to overcome the defense and take care of the complication.
Yes.
Do I sense this something coming from Lysander?
Yes. Or at least you notice it out of the edge of your eye. There was a water glass standing on the small table next to the bed, and without much of the rest of the body moving, the arm and the hand grabbed the glass, hit it against the edge of the table, and then tried to stick the shards into your side. And yeah, you fire off your gun and evade, apparently.
Yes, I sweep my dagger down towards this glass as it pushes me off balance a little bit, so I don't get quite as direct of a shot as I hoped. I just kind of, I think, maybe graze the shoulder of this body.
Yeah. They start bleeding. Okay. Even though Remy tried to push her to the side a bit, the nurse is trying to find some way to deal with the situation. And at some point, it's just ingrained into your mind. If you don't know what you do, call help. And she reaches for her pager.
Is there anything in reach that I can knock her out with? I don't really want to knock her out because I'm worried that she'll get possessed as well. But at the same time, I don't really want her calling for help. And I can't really do anything magic wise or whatever. Can I try and I guess no, I don't think I was going to try and not talk my way out of it, but try and kind of possess some presence over her and tell her to yeah, this is just them being very, very, very sick. But then he's got the gun in his hand now, so it's a bit too late for that. Yeah, I'm going to try and knock her out with something, even if it's just pushing her against the wall and hoping that I won't kill her. But at this point,
you can decide to don't deal the injury and instead gain additional hits on your close combat attack.
The problem is my close combat and anything like that is terrible.
I mean, these are the choices you have.
I know, but it's instinctual, I think, on her part. It's close, yeah. No, it's non-existent on my case. I think I just instinctively launched myself at her more to try and get. I don't think I'm gonna even try and knock her out. It's more around dropping the pager out of her hand and grabbing it than anything else. As I don't think realistically I would even think that I'd be able to do much to her.
So basically, want to get to the pager before she does.
Yeah,
so this turns this from a might-based task to a dexterity-based task.
She's only slightly better.
It's 2 dice, and you can roll this as either athletics or close combat.
Which makes no difference, Tom, because
I know
they're nil. Yeah, yeah, it's very much instinctual. I think what's happening in my head as well, I'm struggling against this push, which is probably doing the same thing he's been doing to Ash, that's pushing against what I'm trying to do. So there's a lot of tension in the curse entanglements around these people as I'm trying to hold for dear life, and throwing myself at her. That is only one success, I'm afraid, though.
I mean, that's all you need.
Thank goodness for that.
So you wrangle the thing out of her hand and manage to keep it away from her, which gives her another second of pause. Okay. Ash?
Hi. You know what I said about me having a plan?
Yes.
Let's see if it works. I am going to try and use my grappled one guy as we would call in other games, an improvised weapon against the other guy.
Okay.
Because you know what's harder than my knuckles? My knuckles guiding someone's skull into someone else's skull.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
almost
see.
like, you know, like in the cartoons, like bashing two heads together and like the stars flying. That, but no stars with blood. And maybe a bit of brain matter.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm lucky.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Difficulty 1, close combat might.
Three hits.
3 hits.
I roll 8 dice for this. Okay.
Yes, you definitely hit. And they also already took a bullet. So this is a massive, and this body doesn't have the muscles to deliver a blow so forceful. Luckily, this is of no concern for a dead. You just make them strong. And it is such a sickness evoking sound that echoes through this room now. That it's hard to resist it. But as soon as you let go of the head, both bodies slumps to the ground and are very forcefully hold in place there. The body that you are in develops a strange phantom pain. It's darting in the center of your back. It's hot. And it's spreading, covering your entire back, your shoulders, your hips. It's burning. And then you remember this brief moment of sheer panic that you lived through as you felt your known, your own shell disappearing around you on this graveyard. Hector, there is more happening with Lysander. his eyes are now fully open. Although these are not the grumpy eyes that have told you all this time that you're not ready for this. You're the one who are available. You're the one who is cursed, and so he will take care of you, but you're not ready for this. These aren't those eyes. These are manic eyes. Driven eyes. Eyes looking for something, for a truth. They're ready to dig through anything for. And maybe they will find it in you. And you feel the intent. You feel the intent to hurt you. And please roll me another defense action.
Yes. And that is 3 this time. 3 hits, a 9 and a 10. And I add my 2.
I'm not entirely sure. I think it's on the first defense action.
At the start of a combat. So
yeah.
yes. Yeah. So you're right. It's only 3 this time.
I mean, that's already plenty enough.
Yes.
It's enough to not get hit by basically just this outstretched hand. The fingernails are elongated, sharp, like claws. And you're pretty sure they would have cut you open if they hit you, but they didn't. What do you do?
To tell myself this isn't him. This is something inhabiting him. I have to put it down, whatever it is. I point my gun and I pull the trigger. Anywhere close to his close to the head. As I step out of the way of these claws. So I will roll my ranged combat again with my
Yes.
curse die.
Yes.
I don't know what it is, but this time, geez, I roll 9 hits. I roll 3 10s and 3 8s.
Wow. So you have a wide array of options that you could go for. I just gonna let you tell us what's happening. This could easily kill Lysander. You could have something different happening. What do you think should be happening right now?
I don't think I have control over this. I don't think I do subtlety or know how to subdue something. I do one thing and I do it well, and that is to completely take something out of commission. And it's just my instinct, whether I like it or not. I must have some sense that this is related to this creature that is hunting us. But I just managed to, it's short range, point blank range, point my gun at this Lysander's face. And I know these eyes aren't his, but I also think about, the mixed emotions around our relationship, and I guess I fire, his head just explodes. I think I unload the rest of the rounds in my revolver. Just bang, bang, bang.
As the bullets tear into his face and into his skull, it's almost as if the weapon awakes, as if it found its purpose, a purpose Lysander never could explain to you. All he knew is this gun is gonna take them out. Take it, carry it, and the day you die, give it to someone else.
And I just I can't stop myself. I can't stop firing as I see the shards of bone and the blood and brain splatter on the wall behind.
Okay.
I think I just gasp in pain as the final shot echoes in the small room. What have I done?
What have you done, indeed? There are 3 bodies. There's blood. These were human people. Probably not a curse at all. Just instruments of that creature that's still hunting you, that tried to kill Lysander and now turned it into a tool, turned him against you.
I try to refocus this pain into anger. We've got to put this creature down. This creature that has taken so much in such a short amount of time from me and my crew and the people that I care about in my own way.
It's happening. So as this is happening, I was holding the 2 people. Obviously the other 2 wouldn't have known this. As I was holding these 2 patients, and was about to say something to the others, this nurse came in, started to panic, and I was more focused on her. So I think partly what's happening is I'm trying to control the entanglement. I'm turning around, jumping on her while she's fiddling around with the pager, managing to get it out of her hands, hearing a sickening crunch from behind me and then a bang. Yeah. So I've got this page in my hand I'm away, wrestled it off for turning around, and I see just this bloodbath of blood and everything accompanying it. And I kind of scream. I said, I thought you were supposed to protect people. What I was holding? What are you 2 doing? Well, just agog at what's just happened.
I don't have anything to say. This is usually the part where Ash has some quip
Thank you
of
for the
some
segue,
sort.
Hector. Thank you. And I point at Remy. You don't know what this is. You might think you do, but you don't. They are better off like this. Trust me. And I would
Ash right now. Sorry, Tom.
Hmm?
So I know Ash took possession of Lysander, but then obviously was
no, not Lysander.
kicked out. No, I thought it was Lysander.
No.
Oh, was it the other body?
Yeah.
Sorry, I
the
thought
one
it
that was
Lysander.
chilling.
Thank
This
goodness.
sinewy, tiny little guy that just managed to splatter open two skulls somehow.
Yes,
And indeed,
yes,
as Tom said, made no sense. You just see this almost like he looks more like a teenager than an actual adult. So some kind of teen is lecturing you on this right now.
Right.
And I would suggest that we discuss all of this not here, somewhere else, now.
I agree.
Go.
Thinking the nurse is kind of presumably scattering away. Maybe through the, I don't know, if there's stairs outside or something, so we don't run through the hospital. Yes.
On what floor are we?
Just for fun, you're on the 3rd floor.
Is there an escape? Because this is America, so they might have an escape route out the window.
Yes, absolutely.
We're going that way. As we're going through, has the nurse left the room?
She is, as you said, she is scampering away. She is half running, half falling down the hallway, trying to get a sense of herself, trying to comprehend whatever the frog was going on just now. Traumatized, shocked. If you spend half a second thinking about it, she will probably not make sense for the next few seconds.
Good. Can I ever get enough time to sacrifice these 3 bodies?
Three bodies. I'd say this would take a scene.
Okay.
And a scene is more than enough time for more terrible things to happen. I mean, you can definitely go for it, just with the consequences.
No, because that gives her enough time to actually become more composed and bring somebody. If we don't have enough time, even for one, then we'll go.
Yes. Okay. How is your exit? Is it sneaky? Is it hastily? Is it just pushing through the door with a fire alarm?
I've thrown open the window already, and kind of looking for the place to jump or step.
This is 3rd floor. Maybe there's a tree that you could jump into.
Well, that's why I was asking the question earlier. If this is in the East Coast of America, has it got the emergency stairs outside?
Yeah.
Fire escape. That's the word I was looking for.
Are they like beneath each window, or are they like, because we have them like one door and then you can just take the stairs from there.
It might be if it's a hospital, it might be on the end. So yeah, so if there's nothing there, then yeah, we'll have to look for something else.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe we're better off running out the door to the hallway and then running towards the end to find the fire escape or find a route out. If we can't jump, unless there's
I'm not seeing a good place to I'm not seeing a good place to jump. I like that idea. If you want to shout to me as I'm kind of looking both ways out the.
If she's gone, so if we go this way, just wipe your feet on something so they're not scattering blood everywhere, and just maybe wipe your face. I don't know. Just let's get out of here.
You get out of there. Cut. A place that one of you would feel safe at. Do you have
Yeah,
any
we
ideas?
could go to. I think I would have suggested to go to my house because that is not somewhere that they would have been before, and Lysandra would not have known where she lives. Because I would have always met them somewhere else.
Perfect. Okay. Give us a brief description of what the room looks like that you're sitting in.
Yeah, so this is a tenement building. Remy's apartment is on the top floor, even though it's probably about the same size as everything else, but it's more of psychological than anything. And it's a modestly sized, but it's like this one big living room, kitchen area, all in one zone, with probably a bedroom and a bathroom somewhere at the back, and it's just full of stuff that she's found in thrift stores, these paintings or artifacts that have no historic significant meaning whatsoever to cultural, like his museum side of things, but more of like a personal artifact museum of other people's possessions that she might have found and thought, this is really interesting, this looks like it's got history to someone, and she's purchased. And then there's a corner where there's a studio, close to like an artist studio, with clay and a table for clay materials, and maybe there's an easel with paints and brushes, and it's not messy in any way. The plot itself is relatively orderly, but the artist bit certainly looks worked on.
Okay. You're here, taking a breather. Although Ash has felt safe in a location before. And even though the pull isn't as strong right now, you feel the force trying to get you out of this body again and drawing you somewhere is slowly increasing. It's not fast. It's not a runner. It's a persistence hunter. And it's on your tracks. So, you might have a few minutes, maybe an hour, but you're sure it will find you. So, how do you spend the little time that you have? What are you discussing? What are your ideas?
I'll probably brief the crew, like what I saw, like the tendrils coming in, and that's why I believe they were lost. Also, how I am being pulled as well, and that it is absolutely terrifying. I can't describe it. It's just it's like I'm being pulled out of this meat suit again, and it's like someone turned on a very, very big vacuum and is hoovering up all the little ghosts, and it's coming. I don't know when it is, but it's going to be soon.
I'm not saying much, and I'm not relaxing either. I'm pacing around this room in Remy's house, looking casually at where she stashes, her weapons and her magic shit. Just defensively, maybe I'm gonna have to come back here for another reason. I just compulsively check out my surroundings in detail, and I kind of just sigh at what Ash says. So what do we do? I mean, do you really like this body that you're in?
That's
And I
not
kind of
the
look at it.
point, Hector. That's not the point. It will happen again and again and again. And I don't know how many consecutive in and out of bodies I have in me right now. I don't. I was only out of body for, what, 24 hours, and it felt miserable. I do not want to do this again. I don't care what kind of meat suit I'm in right now. I am in one.
All right. Well, we'll find a way to keep you in it then. I look over at Remy. So why is it that Lysander called you? What is it that you do?
Question to Tom.
Yes.
What Ash described, is that familiar in any way, considering what Lysander told me about it being something from the outside, my own kind of experience? Is anything ringing a bell? Anything that I don't consumes but controls other people in such an easy manner, because it seemed very easy for whatever it was that did what it did.
So, from an outside perspective, what Ash told you and what you just saw Ash doing, because what you were aware of is Ash entered with you this hospital room in her ephemeral form. And then they took a body really quickly. And the same happened with the other 3 people in the room, too. This doesn't seem too unfamiliar to what the dead do. What you haven't heard yet is that a dead actually pulls out someone out of somewhere. You have been called by Lysander because he said that what he thinks that the creature does is creating a temporal liminal space around its target. It was only clever to have the one very reliable person that you know around who would be absolutely on top of any liminalities that arise around you. Larissa as an outcast, has a natural knack for noticing them being around. So if a liminality would show up, she would notice. And she did. Although maybe she was distracted, maybe she didn't think that it would happen so quickly. She definitely was taken by surprise. Everything happened even before she could take form, before she could strip off the mask and go full battle angel. Yes, liminalities are involved. And now that you think about where you have been as it happened, you have been in your favorite cafe, a place where you meet to wind down, a place where you let your guard down, de-stress. This is also a commonality between the prior victims. Maybe something that Ash also mentioned.
I think it's the first time that I realized that what happened to Larissa was perhaps targeted at me. And yes, Ash is talking that and Hector's pacing around. There are no weapons in Remy's house. She wouldn't know how to use one, and that's not her appreciation, an artistic appreciation in any way. And I think actually on the artist's kind of bench, because it's been a day or two since it's happened, while I was processing grief, there's maybe some renditions, just little models of little Larissa again, like she was doing and like I was doing in the book earlier. So yeah, I'm standing up, I'm holding a glass of wine and that I've barely touched, and I'm just staring into air, and then it sounds like throat. It sounds like something of someone of the dead would be able to do, but that's not right, because there was more to it. And then shit, Larissa felt it. She felt it, and then I'm starting to pace, and she felt it. There was a liminality. She must have felt it. That's why Lysander contacted me, because that's my understanding, and clearly Larissa's as well. Maybe he knew. Somebody was creating, I don't know how that's possible, created some temporal liminal space around as they were attacking. That's what Lysander was saying. Then clearly that's Larissa must have felt it. We were at the cafe. I just freaking having a hot chocolate, and then I need some more information. Maybe my family, well, my ex-family might have some more books about this. They have so much shit. It was my fault. Fuck.
Does anybody else have an idea where you could find such information?
I could ask my family, considering we're all kind of dead. Because there might be books about it and everything, but you might understand everything, Remy, but Ash won't. So I think I'm just going to ask my trusty family and see if they have any information on this, because it's also a threat to them if something is snatching dead out of their bodies.
Absolutely.
I think when you say that, I think if they would share that would definitely, it's something that throws. I mean, do you assuming it would have just wanted to take you out of the body? What if it would have consumed you?
It doesn't really feel like it cares about me as an incorporeal being. It doesn't. Yes and no. It's I haven't. It is pulling me out of this body, but I don't yet know the motivation of it's either trying to take this body or it's trying to take me into something else. And I don't want to actually know, because one is way more terrifying than the other. I'm going to ask the Furies. They're not experts on this, but maybe they have some contacts with the other that are more knowledgeable in this. And you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna send Tobias a text. Maybe he has something in his books. God.
Perfect. Does Hector also have maybe an idea how to gain further information?
I just feel so alone. I mean, Lysander is the one I would have gone to in this situation. He knows about this shit. He always pushed me in the right direction. I don't know how to get this information any other way. I mean, I mean the mayor owes me something, but this doesn't seem like, an area where such influence would help. This is not, it's not money that I need, or I mean, hiding would be good, but it doesn't feel like something this is something I can hide from through physical means. I just kind of shake my head and put my hands up.
Okay. So you're entrusting yourself in the sources of Remy and Ash. And so shall we all, since we are going onto a break, resume. But there's just one thing that at least the audience notices, if not our accursed and Venator friends. We see that the tiny clay molded Larissas are slowly turning their heads towards the crew. And then we go on a short break, and we will be with you in a few minutes. And we are back. Hello, hello. Just in case you forgot who we are your CURSEBORNE crew for tonight, and we are coming back from our short break. And if you have missed the first half of our story, a lot of people died on and off screen. There is a terrible monster hunting down people in the environment where they're feeling safe. It killed our dead character, disembodied them, and now is threatening to pull them out of their replacement body. And it also led to our, let's say, protagonist killing 3 mortals, one of them being the mentor of our Venator of this group. I think this is almost a great summary of what happened. But maybe we should return to Miston and experience firsthand how the things develop. Miston is waiting. Miston also doesn't make big promises. It's not trying to be the largest city around. It doesn't want you to believe that all your dreams can come true. If it wants anything, it is for you to stay. There is one exemption to all of this, and that is a almost finished skyscraper built and managed by the former mayor of Miston, Mayor or ex-Mayor Harrow. And it was meant to give Miston some sort of skyline. Now it's just standing there, almost finished or eternally unfinished. And although there are a few of the rooms and shops rented out, most of it is still empty. And if you manage to climb up the entire building, the staircases to the top, I wouldn't recommend the elevators, to be honest, then you would have a very strange feeling. You look to the horizon, and sometimes you would think there should be more. There should be more. And this is a thought that can burn itself into your mind, drill deeper and deeper, hollowing you out until it's all you can think about. There should be more. Luckily, this is a thought that none of our 3 protagonists have to concern themselves with. They are doing calls, or are you going to meet your families in person? Or ex-family?
I would like to if possible, meet as many of my family in real life, not only for information, but also to warn them. And shoot Tobias a text to see if he has anything in his books. Might not be anything. It's fine.
Okay. I think he needs time to check. We might have a look into his responses in a second, but let's visit the Furies. The Furies are a family of dead who are driven by wrath and rage. It's not like the hungry that they feed on it and taking it away from other people. A wrath vampire would suck you dry of this energy, would leave nothing behind. The dead instigate and stir these feelings. They make other people experience them. And to counter this, because you can't always be angry, they look for places that are calm and relaxing and grounding. And one of these is the maritime exhibition of the City Museum. It is a fancy name for something actually really pretty. It's an aquarium. And in the middle of the night, all the hallway lights are dimmed, and the lightning comes from all the pools and aquariums in the walls, and it's a very soft and bluish light. And this is where you meet Mother Rachel. Mother Rachel is the head of the Furies in Miston. She got herself one of the chairs from the wardrobes and is sitting next to a window through which you can see a beautiful manta ray diving through the dark blue. Ash, I didn't expect you tonight.
I didn't expect me either. I have news. Bad news.
Well, this explains a bit.
Yeah. My previous body got destroyed approximately a bit more than 24 hours ago.
No.
Yeah, I actually like that one. Problem is, it's happening again. I feel like I am being dragged out of this one again. My previous one just got, I imagine, blown to bits. I don't even remember. This is different. It's like I'm being slowly pulled out of it. And there is something that is doing this, pulling me and maybe others toward itself and inhabiting unconscious bodies and using them for violence.
I mean, plenty of phantasms are just as capable as us in taking control of a body. You said you're feeling pulling out.
It's like a magnet is closing in. There's a pull from the back of my neck. And I really don't want to go another few hours without a body. It's a bit impractical.
Oh, yes, I've been there. I'm sorry for your loss. I understand it was your original.
Yes.
Yeah. I would have wished for you to make it your own choice, to make it on your terms, but here we are. Let me have a good look at you. And the body slumps. And she leaves her body and comes over to you, inspecting your physical form and the non-material form. And you see the glint, the first spark of fire in her eyes. This can't be true.
What?
This can't be true. Those these ignorant bastards.
I'm going to need names.
There are a lot of names, and it seems they have invited him again. She returns. No, she just materializes in thin air, and so she's just hovering there in her ghostly image, and her voice has a certain hollow quality that emphasizes, as she says, the fucking Zeds. The Zeds are another dead family. A family more structured like a corporation. If the Furies go to work with determination, with wrath, with pure emotion, and bringing revenge to those who deserve it, the Zed are on the other side of the spectrum. They are the silent assassins, the void that takes away.
I think I know who you're referring to, the kill choice, right?
Yes, but it's not. It's not directly them. They're just enabling it. A long time ago, these utter idiots made a deal with an entity called the Scythe. And the Scythe is a tormented spirit, grown sick And I am pretty sure it is the soul of something else, from another place. And from time to time, the scythe appears. It is invited by the Zeds, and it offers a deal to a sick mind, to somebody who kills. And part of this deal is that they are reunited, that they join those who they killed. And if this person killed you,
They want to go for the double tap, don't they?
and I'm afraid it won't stop until you put an end to it.
I just blurt in, how do we do that? How do we end the scythe?
I doubt you will end the scythe. But this is not who you need to get. You need to get whoever made that deal.
It's sure to be a
No.
Z.
They
Sorry.
know you, Ash. If they killed you before, that's somebody that you know, perhaps already. If I understand correctly.
That's not how dying works, I'm afraid.
Is that what you said? That they are somehow connected to you through your first death?
Mother Rachel, did you mean my bodily death or my actual becoming what I am death?
Remind me, how did you die?
The first ever time,
Yes.
I think after a while we deduced that it was it had to do with sepsis and an accident. I sustained injuries that led me to get sepsis, and I perished while working my shift as a grocery store clerk. And I kept working like the good wage slave I am.
You mentioned an accident. What kind of accident?
Just a stack of like these big, like these pallets containing these boxes just dropped on me. And I didn't really sustain heavy injuries to be considered enough of a problem or to be deserving of care, and then the whole system of healthcare not really also caring. And it doesn't really feel like it was me. I sense it's more like in third person, but it feels like I slowly deteriorated to
Didn't
the point where
I have the feeling you also mentioned something about a freezer?
I hate that you always figure out things that I don't really want to figure out subconsciously, Mother. Please.
I'm
Yes, you're
saying
correct.
it could be. This is just the possibility that somebody enabled this accident.
How?
She is still walking through the room in her ghostly form. And then she reaches out and lifts the chair that her body is sitting on.
Right.
Do you remember anyone dying recently before your first death?
It rings a bell. Does it have to be a person close to me, or what are we trying to figure out here?
Who would want to kill you or be with you forever?
Maybe.
Somebody, right? Is that? I think there's a bit of, not excitement is the wrong word here, but there's kind of a passion here because of all these people that have died so far. Now we're told that they link back to Ash, and including Larissa, which infuriates Remy, I think. And what Mother Rachel just said is that somebody, this entity, and I think I'm speaking aloud at this point, this entity gives power to people who want to kill. And once they kill that person, they become united together in death. So if there's a person who has died, had wanted to be with you, the logical thing for them to do would be to kill you, Ash, who would want to be with you once you're both dead.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to recall things, but
there would be a way to awaken this memory. We might have other options too. If it's too painful for you, I won't force you. It's your decision.
Go ahead.
Do you trust these two?
And I look over my shoulder at Hector and Remy. Trust is a very big word. However, these two are my best chance. So what's the difference?
Good. You might want to sit down for this. All three of you.
I sit on the floor.
I sit awkwardly beside Ash.
I'm taking one of the chairs that's opposite Mother Rachel's desk, and I'm dragging it across the floor, next to the two of them, and I sit down.
All three of you, you will leave together and you will return together. You are each other's anchor. You are each other's ties. When one returns, the other two return as well. And then it's nothing on the outside. It's nothing that's happening around you, it's something on the inside. Like from an old well with a lid that has been sitting there for a century, and it's been slowly moved away, and you can see the still and dark waters down there, and they're rising, they're welling up, they're coming, they're flooding across the well's rim, and they're filling you. You are at a supermarket. You are seeing Ash in their previous body. And you see them work, toiling away. You see that they're not doing well. They seem sick, weak, still here. You see a young boy visiting them. They're speaking in a friendly, familiar, family way with each other. They look quite alike. You hear words that are being spoken by the boy, speaking to their elder sibling. Words that have power, words that bind, tie, and stitch. He isn't aware of it. Neither is Ash. There's almost innocent exchange. Changed Ash's future. She isn't doing too. They aren't doing too well. They need to get something out of the freezer room. They open the heavy door. They reach out for something inside. They walk in, they get the box. They turn around. There is an phantasmagorical hand sitting on the door, carefully shutting it closed. This time, they're more careful. This time, you're sure of it. This time, they will find what they are looking for, even if they have to dig so deep. There's more, but suddenly we are following Remy, walking down the street, exhilarating, talking to another woman. They're speaking, they're talking as if they have the world's greatest secret unearthed. Just a few moments ago, what they've seen can change everything. And they don't even really understand how important their discovery is. They don't know what the future will hold for them. They don't know about the problems, but they have absolutely no idea what this means to me. I saw them disappear. I saw them venturing out. I saw them leaving. And they came back. There must be more. I was right. The entire time I was right. There must be more. It's a dark night. And one thing I learned is they are not all the same. There's some who are actually hunting the others because they understood something on a deeper level that I reached weeks ago. They understand that it's not natural, that it's wrong. And they have tools. They have knives, daggers, weapons, scalpels. They can dig and drill, and they know which are the worst. They know which to extract. They know who to cut open. They will lead me. And if they don't, I'll find out what their connection is. And I will find what's going on inside of them. All of you are slowly returning from the well. But there's one last picture. A remote wooden house at the fringes of Miston. It's close to a forest. It's sitting there alone, a little bit elevated. And you know what? When the sun settles, beautiful, on this limited horizon, you can see Harrow's Needle, the skyscraper, piercing the firmament above. You return.
It wasn't an accident.
You must find this comforting in a way.
Comforting?
Now you can get your vengeance.
Hector, have you ever considered to just maybe shut the fuck up for 5 seconds in your life? Because you really should consider that right now.
All of you take a curse die.
Yippee.
I think at this moment I realize how young Ash was when they died. Because I didn't know Ash really before. But I think I've probably seen your body, but I think, you know, it's that death kind of visage ages you, doesn't it?
Age was Ash was, I think Ash was around 19 or 20.
Yeah. And you know, Remy's about twice his age, I think, at this point. So his reaction makes sense what was going on earlier when I was almost shouting at him. And I realized that it's more than just Ash's connection to whatever it was, although there is something there. So very awkwardly, it's their motion at the back on his shoulder, but it's quite awkward.
Don't touch me.
All right.
Some explanation for the people with the emotional range of a teaspoon, and I look at Hector. It's not fun to die. It really is not. You think an out-of-body experience would be fun? It absolutely is not. I made peace with how it happened, with what I thought happened, even though I didn't know the exact specifics on it. I could somewhat vaguely pinpoint what killed me. It was a dumb accident. It happens. Turns out it isn't. And it wasn't just negligence and the state of society that caused my death. It was someone wanted me dead.
Somebody wanted all of us. They were after every single one of us in different ways. It knew things instead it should not have known. About all of us. What this child that visited you, was that a brother?
Yeah, it's my little brother. He came over. I don't know, is or was bullied heavily at school, and mom was sick, so I had to basically raise him. He dropped some painkillers off, and I told him to stand up for himself, or I would do it for him.
Where is he now?
I don't know. He wouldn't even recognize me like this. I'd like to not entangle a 12-year-old child in whatever we're in.
From whatever we've seen in the images and this entanglement that was happening in that conversation between the two of them, is there something that I can, I don't know, tease out of what I've seen?
So what a theory could be. Curses are delivered in different ways. Some are transmitted by basically a ritual that will turn one person into a hungry by being sucked dry by another hungry, for example. There are curses who just are inherited. Some sorcerer families are very proud of the process, that they are siring younger generations of magically inclined individuals. Others are just reading the wrong texts and just get afflicted with this need for more. And then sometimes it is just an emotional connection in a fated moment, you could choose the wrong words in the wrong moment, and due to the cursed nature of this world, put a curse onto someone else. This is how some dead are created. Somebody wishes them to be forever around because they are reliable. And if they are already in a liminal state, this can become tangible. So maybe Ash's younger brother cursed them in this moment unknowingly.
I'll always be there for you situation. Yes, I always want you around kind of thing. Maybe. I don't think intentionally, but I think perhaps your brother is why you're still around. Dead man walking, so to speak. But also what's keeping this thing on you, because you just keep coming back. What worries me is that this thing wanted something from all of us, wanted you gone, wanted, and she looks at Hector, wanted all of you, wanted something from all of you. Some power, definitely wanted to know what I knew about, you know, I kind of glance at Mother Rachel things, gives them a meaningful look. And I kind of turn to Hector. This is your crew's expertise. That's it.
In a way, I suppose. Now, I mean, it's going on in my head. I go a lot by instinct and feeling, especially when traveling to another city, pursuing a target. Did I feel anything where when we were on the outside looking in at the very end at that cabin in the woods, looking back at the skyscraper?
You felt an urge. A strong, strong urge. Now that Remy put focus onto Ash's brother, there is a wicked part of your brain that says maybe there is something to get there, but the urge is definitely stronger with that cabin.
That cabin. Like, something there. The cabin that we were shown. The mother said somebody made a deal with this scythe. Maybe that's where the deal went down.
Well, whatever your plan is, esteemed Venator, please tell me and tell Remy so we can try to enact it before I'm being snatched from this body. I can feel it.
We need to find this cabin. I think I know the city pretty well. Do I have an idea where this might be?
You're sure you can find it. You had a very good view onto the city from where it's
Mhm.
sat. So there are just so many streets out of the city itself. You get there.
Yes. I feel we have to go now. It's a different urgency than what Ash feels, but it we need to end this immediately. I can almost taste it.
Ended
Something.
in their terms. They'll be coming after us one way or another, like they have done in the hospital.
I'd rather be the hunter than the hunted.
I wish I could pick between one of the two, really. But fuck it.
Let's go then.
You go. The clouds hang deep over Mist City. Harrow's Needle is disappearing somewhere up there. There's no horizon to see, there's just rain. And you take a car. You leave the inner city, get to the outskirts. There's one area, one corner, with some really old trees, with roots that run so deep. And there is a cabin made from these trees, with window and door frames made from these roots. And it is a small cabin. From here, you can, on this elevated position, you can look down upon Miston, a small sea, a small lake of lights. And this cabin with a single door, a few opaque windows, and just an uneasy feeling. It feels like it is the wood. It feels like one of the places that is just the most. It feels like it's just where it belongs. You don't know why exactly, but there is no randomness in its placing. It's sitting where it must be.
As we approach it, I think something dawns on me. And or a suspicion dawns on me, I guess, and the whole way that it's sitting there, picture perfect, so to speak, in a insidious sort of way. If shit, well, if we go in there, we might not come out at all. This could be, how do I put it in layman's terms? And I'm looking at Hector and then Ash as well. Well, it's a trap, but well, imagine a box that wants to eat you. And if we go in, we will then need to find the door back out again, which might not be as easy as turning around. These places, they come with puzzles and shit and things to resolve. So if we're walking through that door, we need to be sure that as hell that we want to walk through that door.
Do we have another option? I sure as hell don't. I'm not asking you to, or forcing you to come along with me. But I have no other choice.
Killed Larissa, and I don't think it was just Larissa it wanted. It wants something from me.
I go to put my hand on Ash's shoulder, then kind of just hesitate, kind of a centimeter above, and pull it away, knowing that I likely would get it ripped off. Let's go before we change our minds.
You open the door. There is a hallway. It's short. There is a staircase at the end of the hallway. There's a door to the left and a door to the right. Wooden flooring. Wooden walls. You see carvings in the wood walls, in the beams carrying the upper floor, in the boards on the ground. It's not like somebody tried to put inscriptions or any craftsmanship to them. No. It looks like somebody tried several tools, knives, saws, axes onto this wood. It's scratched and scraped everywhere.
Scrapped and scraped as it was made, or somebody was being violent in here and taking
Somebody was violent against the walls,
right,
against
okay.
the building.
Someone's home sweet home.
Can't hear a noise.
Just a second. If the mechanics of the game allow it, as I think they do, I'm going to do some reconnaissance.
Mhm.
I am going to go out of my body.
Do you need to bleed a curse die for that?
I am looking through it. I know for manifestation I have to.
I'm pretty sure you need to. Doop. My PDF isn't loading. Do something. This is if a character spends more than a scene out of service, she bleeds one curse die. Blah 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 blah. Mm. A dead character can leave their body as a reflexive action by bleeding a curse die.
Ah, so losing it. Yay. Well, I would like to know what's coming and how difficult is it to gain a curse die again, huh?
I mean, you would fall into your damnation. That means you need to instigate rage and wrath.
Do I have to? Because that's only when I use emotional attunements.
This is what your family is giving you as an emotion that you need to evoke.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you find a way to handle this as a team. Because the first time in a scene you come together with the entire party to solve a problem, you gain a curse die. The only thing is, if you fall to 0 curse die and fall into your damnation, there's no other way to gain curse dice except for using your damnation or fulfilling your damnation.
Okay.
So right now you have more options. Like,
Okay.
for example, teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work, and DreamWorks made Shrek, so it should be good.
Do we have one or do we have 2 curse dice now? Still which one?
Ash started with 0.
Oh, right.
And you two have 2 unless... Oh, 3, yes. Unless you had to bleed any of them for the spatial anchor.
Right.
I've got 3. I've got 3 because I sacrificed something. So you've got 2, and then Ash has got 1.
I have an option as well. I don't know what happens to a Venator when I drop down to 0 curse dice, but I have read the entrails, and we are in a wooded space where there are woodland creatures around. So that's another option.
Yes. Also, I'm not sure if this is only possible in a loophole, like in a neutral grounds area, but I think you can also transfer curse die between the curse characters. This is also an option, but why we can very much let do the hunt the Venator his one magical trick. Okay. I am sure there's wildlife around.
And we can skip the graphic details of the ritual. It yes, but I've I guess I spent some time outside of the cabin and kind of crouching down over the remains, and I believe I can ask 2 questions. Correct?
Yes.
What do we need to be prepared for as we proceed through this cabin?
What you see is Ash. Although not the body that they are haunting right now. The former version of Ash. You see Lysander. You see something that your mind doesn't want to comprehend as it's stripping away the puny reality constraining her angelic form and going into full berserker mode. You have seen an outcast before. They are a spectacle to behold. You see strings to them, chains, tendrils to the walls, to something else. And you feel a punch to your gut.
I double over.
What's your second question?
This is not part of what Lysander's teaching, certainly, but I think I feel some responsibility for what happened to my previous crew, and don't want to see this happen again with my new crew. How do I protect them? How do I avoid Ash being taken out of this body and left to fade away, or whatever happens to the dead?
The
Maybe
entrails.
this isn't the best question, but this is the where my mind goes.
The entrails have difficulties because in the end there's a choice that, I mean, you can't save someone against their own wishes. So if Ash chooses to do something, you probably won't be able to stop them from that. But if they don't, you feel the way of your gun in your hand. It's like there are letters burning into it. This is a gun created to kill a certain type of creature. And it's learning who it is. And then to see maybe it's just pain that you need to take. Maybe it's just time you need to buy to give this creature what it actually wants. And maybe that's an answer you will find very soon.
I think the others just see me staring at these entrails and taking out my gun and looking at it, but I relay what it is that I think I saw some kind of angelic creature that the tendrils are also feet entangled with. I'm not sure if it's a victim or what it is that we are going to find, but we are close. We're in the right place.
So this is describing what you'd seen and describing the agenda. That's Larissa. So she's inside. It still has her. Of course it does. She said it will. We don't have to fight her because we're all dead. We do. Shit.
The cabin is waiting.
We need to go in. We need to. If Larissa's in there, if anything, if we need to go in, I'm already. I think Ash was already trying to see inside, weren't you?
Yes and no. I'm deciding if it's a good idea to leave my body when something really wants me to leave my body, because there's a difference between being out of your body but still somewhat tethered, like you saw Mother Rachel doing. Well, you didn't see that. Whatever. And being actually out of body, deteriorating, slowly, double dying. Just push forward. I am not.
It's your body. It wants you. You are
Yeah,
not
that
the body.
Yeah, I know. So if I were to leave my body is a bit of a protective shell right now. I am way easier of a target to vacuum up if I'm not encapsulated in something. Just tell me what to do, please. Someone tell me what to do.
We don't need you. We need to go inside. Forget going out and looking inside. Like you said, they could entangle you like they did it with everybody else much more easily. Let's just go inside. They could use this body on us if you left it. So let's just go inside.
I agree. We have to trust we'll know what to do when once we see what we're facing.
Window closed. There's another one in front of you. You're inside the cabin.
You said there was one inside or two?
There are two doors inside, one to the left, one to the right. Which one is it that you're choosing?
Yeah, turn right, right?
Right? Okay. You open the door. The walls are covered in photographies of the horizon of Mist City. They are covered with roads leading into the woods. They are covered with shots of the coast. They also show people. People who do just ordinary things. And so many of these people are crossed out. You see a bedroll on the ground, a little bit of food, a little bit of drinks. No, there are actually bottles everywhere. There are mind numbers in between, as if somebody tried to put their head to rest. And if you spend just a moment longer on these pictures, you feel the immense need to connect yourself with something real. Because something is very wrong with these pictures. Something is wrong. It can't be. They need to know where. And all these pictures at once give you an idea of vertigo, of being untethered from a primal experience of being grounded in a place, because this place doesn't exist. Miston doesn't exist. You hear the footsteps behind you. Lysander stands in the doorframe. He seems fine, despite several holes in his face. Can you see it?
I pull my gun.
Mm-mm. This won't help you. You have seen it. You can't reverse it. You're part of this now. Soon you will realize there are no bonds. There are no ties. I have been on Harrow's Needle. I saw it, and then he turns to Remy and shifts and chains and contorts, and you see suddenly emerging this creature made from angelic blades reaching out to Remy. We saw it, right? We have been to the epoch. Now, we are untethered in an epoch. Miston has been ripped from its reality. All of this is a lie. And we too, we saw what the real world looks like. You can find a way back, right? You can find a way back, right?
That's not what we saw. You and I, we didn't see. This is the world. What are you talking about? We went into an epoch. We didn't. And I'm looking at the pictures, looking back, stepping kind of back. Get out of her shape, whatever you are.
You know why they banished us? It's not because of what we learned about what lies beyond. It's because of what we learned about this here. We just didn't understand it yet. Ash. There are so many souls in there. It is just showing you the ones that you are familiar with. They are layers of amalgamated, molten together souls. And you feel the pull again. It's like a maelstrom. But like all hurricanes, there is an eye of the storm. There's one body in the center. A haunted body. Just like the one that you are inhabiting right now. We have only so much time, so I'm gonna lay out your options for you. First option is the gun, and it won't retreat from the battle form of Larissa. The second option is opening a portal to or out of an epoch. The third option is a hostile takeover through Ash. What do you do?
I'm so tempted to say both, like all three
Yeah.
at the same time.
I mean, if you want to, go ahead.
I am looking through my options. What would be the role for hijacking? Because I have a feeling it's not going to be a good dice pool for me.
I have the feeling it would be at least empathy, and then whatever the approach would be.
Okay. Noted.
I mean, if you went for several options, one could argue that they're getting individually easier since you're splitting the attention.
Well, if it really wants me that bad, if it really, really, really wants me that bad, it would be really ironic if I made it regret that very much. I am not averse the hostile takeover.
Quick question.
Yes.
Before Ash lunges forward. To open an epoch, it has to be one that I know, right? Well, there's only one that I know that I know. So if you two are amenable to this, I will. But I'm going to speak as Remy anyway. I lift my hands up, and do I get the sense that what Larissa had seen is what? Because I know that there wasn't kind of that. What it think it is, basically, that it is limited in whatever's in there. Do I get the sense that Larissa's, whatever the consciousness that it absorbed from her, it doesn't know that from what it said? It didn't feel like it said it did. Do you get where I'm from?
I am not entirely sure.
What I'm trying to say is, I know that if I open a door, it's going back to where we went last time, and it's another epoch, right? So would it know that from? Can I be able to kind of identify whether it would know this or whether I'd be able to trick it?
I think there's a good chance that you would be able to trick it.
Okay.
If there's anything for sure, there is mania involved. And if you just really or you want something really hard, you're accepting it even if it's not right.
Okay. I'm going to put my hand. I can see Hector. I'll let Hector I'll let you think what your thinking process is, and then I'll kind of interject as we role play this through. So on here.
Thinking back to what I learned from the entrails, I need to buy these two some time to do what it is that they need to do. So I have to kind of maybe distract this entity and maybe cause it pain to allow them to slip in. So I'm going to, for once, not shoot it in the face, but instead maybe shoot it in the kneecaps or what resembles that.
Larissa's form has several kneecaps.
Perfect.
Okay. Any objections to start with that?
No.
Okay. Amazing. You will have the hardest part. You are facing a difficulty 3 ranged combat plus dexterity roll. And there is a moderate complication of being disemboweled for 2 injuries, if not bought off.
Excellent. I do have, yeah, and I guess that's not an attack on me, so it's not something I need to buy it off, essentially. There's nothing, I don't think my abilities can help with that, by the sounds of it. So yes, I go for it.
Beautiful.
And I think I'm out of cursed dice, so
they should
maybe
be
I've
very
had
much
3.
in your. They should be
Yeah.
in your pool. Oh, unless you spend them, right? For your.
I spent 2 of them. I may have 1 left. Did we get up to 3 because we were confronting a challenge together?
I think right now you're confronting a challenge together by the power of friendship and teamwork.
Yes.
Finally, a second curse die. Jesus.
Have a second curse die.
All right.
For me. You guys now, Inbal's got 4 and Hector's got 3 now, right? Or is there a cap on yours, Inbal?
The cap is at 5.
Okay.
But I spent 2 of mine, so I think I'm down to 1.
Yes.
All right. Cat is excited by the dice rolling. Oh dear.
We have
Despite the
momentum.
Yes. So I did get 110, and that's it. So that's two hits. And I need 5 in order to overcome the difficulty and the complication.
Correct. Or you could
And
just go up to 3, take the injuries, and deliver a blow.
I think the others might need the momentum. This is really just the distracting strike. Okay. Sorry, my cat just pounced down my dice. Yes, I will take 1 momentum then to bring it up to 3. And I
So
will suffer the disemboweling.
this is not just a distraction. As you fire the revolver, it finally came to terms with really, really hating undead. And the round that's being fired draws a fiery tail. And as it impacts into Pseudo Larissa's body, it punches a fist-sized hole into that body. There is a scream from so many throats that it's not distinguishable anymore. And then the tail comes around. And the tail is basically knives. And you feel it slitting open your skin. And you take 2 injuries, which will put you onto the bloodied health level. And I think that's actually the first time that this ever happened in one of my games, that somebody actually got mechanically hurt. So here's the good news. You gain an additional die on your path skills, which is super cool. Okay. You now have very much the attention of whatever this creature is, and it will attack you soon. But the question is, will it attack soon, or do you handing over the spotlight to one of your friends?
Yes, I will hand the spotlight to Ash. It's just like old times.
I see Hector being slashed open, and very characteristically that.
Oh no. Oh no, Josie. No. No. They were taken far too early from us. Oh no. This is such a bad time.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry. Oh my god. Sorry.
You're
my
safe.
God. I will
Okay.
flexibly leave my body with bleeding a curse die. I'm sorry. And I am going to try and take this thing over no matter what it costs me.
This sounds marvelous. Um, okay. This is once again the wrong character sheet that I'm looking at. This was Hector. Okay. It's definitely empathy, because you need to follow this desperation and this want down to its core to find this worm that made this bargain. And then you need to push it out of there. So it's very likely presence.
I'll basically push the vibe of, clearly with what you've been doing, you've been incredibly inept at what you're doing. It's kind of sucking right now. I can do it better. I can do it way better than you ever could.
Brilliant. You're looking at a difficulty of 2 since the distraction and the pain delivered by Hector. Please go ahead.
That is 9 dice.
9 dice. I don't think it matters, but this would be an influence action.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 hits.
Yes, I rolled 2 10s among the rest.
Okay. This leaves us with 4 hits, and I'm just gonna say you are rushing down that path. And you find this piece, this remaining piece amidst the swamp of personalities. You actually kind of find the bargain swimming in there. And you see the need that made all of this come to happen. The need to just have a real connection. This entity, whoever this was in the beginning, they aren't from here. They're stranded here. And they basically were just looking for a way to belong. And they couldn't find that. And that led down a path of desperation and pain. But there is no time for remorse, no time for Mercy Ash.
I take over whatever this is. Right? I spread whatever it might consider as arms.
Mm-hmm.
In the motion of do it.
It is several arms and wings. I think this hands the spotlight to Remy.
So as Hector is slashed open and ashes whooshes into this form, and I guess maybe there's yes, there's Larissa in there, but there's all sorts of other shapes almost overlapping each other, right? And flashing in and out and in and out of this this same space, existing in the same space. And but it's Larissa's one that's in front of me, and I'll give you what you want. Just, I know what you want. I'll give you somewhere to belong. There's people there, all they want is to belong together. I will let you through to more. You want more, right? You said you wanted more. I will let you through. But let them go. Let Larissa go. Let them go, and you can go and you'll have more than this. They can't give you what you want. These people can't give you, they're not giving you what you want. And I will bleed a cursed die to open the door, and it's me. I mean, I turn around and I thrust my hand forwards like someone pushing a key into a lock, but there's nothing there, and there's a tear that starts appearing, and as I move my hand, the tear expands and expands around, and I move it again because the door wasn't here, the door was somewhere else, but I'm recreating this door and then moving it around to cut a chunk out of reality and making a new door. And I look, before I open it, as I'm holding it, I will let you through, but let them go.
I thought we were going to go for an esoterica roll, but no. This is persuasion and presence.
Okay, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Right, so presence
and persuasion, and with basically all the work that your companions have done, and Ash opening the mind of this creature person again, you might be able to do something here. So please go ahead.
So I'm rolling presence, which is 4. Then persuasion, which is another 1. And I've bled 1 curse die. We said I had 4, right? So I had 3. Somebody said I added another one. So I bled 1, so I'm rolling another 3 curse die on top of that.
No, they replace 3 of your dice pool.
That's why I was double checking, so I thought that was the case. Okay. And what I will say is that I'm already using Larissa's bond, so the 2 bond points successes that you said. So I'm going to use them as well here. There's a 10. There's a 9. Yeah, there's a 10 and a 9. One of the 10 is actually on the curse die.
Perfect. Ash, you feel them falling apart, dissolving around you. It's a strange but freeing feeling. Remy, you see something is leaving through the portal. And it is already closing again. The door slides and slides and slides. And in this moment, as it's almost closed, you see Larissa, you see Lysander. You see a Ash on the other side of that gate. And then it closes. The cabin in the woods feels unbelievable grounding. It is made from the trees of ancient times. Its frames are made from their roots which drink the waters of Miston. And as we slowly zoom out, we see you three walking out of there. You had each other's backs. You took punishment for each other. And you survived. The camera zooms out further and further. And we see the forest, we see mist, and we see Harrow's Needle. We see the coast. And we see a flimmer on the horizon. And the next time you're passing by on the highway, I am not sure you will find us again. And I say thank you for playing this game of CURSEBORNE with me. Okay. Me and my players, we're gonna decompress in a separate room because we have to make room for the next panelists, which are probably already screaming somewhere in a Zoom meeting. Tom, make space! Or probably not, because as far as I know, they are very kind and awesome people. But yeah, so we'll take turns and tell everybody who we are and what do we do and where to find us. And we're gonna start with Josie this time.
Hi, my name is Josie. I played Ash. And you can find me on Instagram at Josie the 11th and on Blue Sky with the same username. And I don't really do anything else except this and this in real life.
Thank you for doing this. Cameron.
I'm Cameron. I played Hector, and I'm Cameron the Tall on Discord. I hang around the Illusion Horror and Con server, so I hope all of you watching come out and participate and run games and play games even after the con is over.
Thank you. And Inbal.
Hi, I'm Inbal. I was Remy. I am IRP Group on Discord. You can also find my things on rpgroups.com. Please come and join us in the Illusion Horror Con server, where I'm one of the mods. We usually hang out in the Coffee for Cultists chat room on voice chat when we don't play games and do things like that. But come and join us there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thank all of you. And also thanks you to our reliable audience. It was amazing to watch the commentary there, although I wasn't able to participate really. And yeah, so I am Tom. I run games from time to time. Sometimes I'm getting paid for them. Sometimes I'm getting paid to write games or to translate games. And I am very happy to also be a member of the Illusion HorrorCon mod crew. And I hope to see you all here soon. Also, in case you wondered what amazing CURSEBORNE antagonist I horribly slaughtered on the altar of entertainment here, it is actually a symbol of murder from the tasty bits that I arranged to the needs of our story. There is much more, and especially very, very cool story hooks to use. And I highly recommend to have a look at those. Okay, that's from us, and I hope you have an amazing next panel very soon. And if you're playing some games, awesome games. Good night.